What's up, guys? How y'all doing today? Got a Texans hoodie on because I wore the Texans shirt last time, and I only have a hoodie and a Texans shirt. I don't know why I only brought one Texans shirt. It was probably bad on my part, but I was like, I'll be fine. I'm not fine. But anyway, got the Texans hoodie on. The draft is on Thursday, so you already know we've been talking about. It's draft prediction time. You know what I'm saying? So I got a lot of names and stuff, so I'm just gonna dive right into it. So you're not here forever, and I'm not here forever, because man, it's been a long time coming. I've been looking at draft stuff and draft prospects since the college football championship game. It's been that long, bro. So I'm ready. I'm ready to just let y'all know what I've been thinking. I'm just ready to draft. I'm just ready for football, honestly. But anyway, we don't pick the first or second round, which is really sad for me because I'm still gonna watch the first and second rounds, but it's gotta wait from the third round for my team to pick. It's gonna hurt my heart. So like I said, our first pick comes in the third round. It's going to be pick number 68. I think there's 2 or 3 picks above us, so it's not like we're really deep into the third round when we're making our first selection. I think with that pick, I could see us taking Orlando Brown, the offensive tackle from Oklahoma, because he kind of slipping a little bit. I heard he has some bad something going on, but as far as a player, I think he's a strong offensive tackle. He can kind of maybe be that franchise offensive tackle that we need. I'm not going to say that fully. I'm going to put maybe in front of that. I just think he's a good, strong offensive tackle, and he can really help bolster that line. But if he's gone, our next best option is Jamarco Jones, the offensive tackle from Ohio State. He's not as big as Orlando Brown, but he does work. He handles his own. He's not as big, but his protection is good. You know what I'm saying, man? You're not just finna do whatever you want against him. So I feel like if either one of those people are around, let's go ahead and take them. I think our first pick from the draft should be an offensive tackle. I know it's going to be an offensive tackle. I don't know who it's going to be, but I know it will be an offensive tackle. But if for whatever reason the Texans choose not to go the offensive tackle way, I think we could get Duke Dawson, the cornerback from Florida. He's a very physical corner. He's set down, but I'm saying he's just gonna be all over you, be aggressive, and just not really let you breathe that much. And so I think that's something we need as Jonathan Joseph ages, as Kareem Jackson ages, and our secondary wasn't all that great. So let's just bring somebody else on. If we don't go with Duke Dawson, let's look at Isaac Yiadom, the cornerback from Boston College. He has great pass coverage. His pass coverage is immaculate. Just watching him cover people, he'd just be all over dudes. So it's that's something we really need. His pass coverage is great. And if we don't go with him, let's look at Nick Nelson, the cornerback from Wisconsin. To me, he's a lot like Duke Dawson in the fact that he's aggressive. He's all over you. He's going to hit you. He's going to not let you breathe. He's not going to let you catch anything. And so I feel like if he's there and those other corners right there, let's go with him. And if we don't want to take a corner at all and we want to get that tight end back because, Fedora was had to retire, let's go ahead and get Ian Thompson, the tight end from Indiana. He's just a good tight end. He just gonna do everything for us. He's really a pass catcher though, but he can kind of block, but he's really more just for pass catching. But yeah, I really think we're just gonna go with offensive tackle, but you never know. Our next pick is still in the third round. It's pick number 80. With pick number 80, I feel like if we didn't get an offensive tackle with our first pick, then we would take somebody like Joseph Noteboom, the offensive tackle from TCU. Strong guy. He played in the Big 12, so I'm not as confident with his guarding ability, but he's not terrible. He would do good things, and we could really develop him. If we don't take Noteboom, let's take Brian O'Neill, the offensive tackle from Pittsburgh. He's good too. He's not as big or as well-rounded to me, but he's still a good offensive tackle. And if neither one of them are around, let's take Chucks Okafor, the offensive tackle from Western Michigan. Just a big dude, just a big offensive tackle that can hold blocks, do blocks, and he's really hard to just get around. Now, if we take an offensive tackle with our first third round pick, I don't think we're taking one in our second third round pick. And so if we're not taking any offensive tackles, let's look at Perry Nickerson, the cornerback from Tulane. He just gets to the ball, you know what I'm saying? I was watching his highlights, and it was interception. He just knows where the ball is going to be. He just covered really well. If he's not there, I think we could take Tony Brown, cornerback from Alabama. He's a good corner, but he's a big dude to me. So, like, if we want to move him to safety, maybe we can experiment with that. But I feel like there's a lot we could do if we brought Tony Brown on. And if we don't want to look at corners, let's go ahead and get Dalton Schultz at the tight end from Stanford. He's very much like CJ Fedorowicz to me. I'm not going to say he's exactly like him, but he's the same kind of tight end like him. Like, he'll block and catch for you. And his blocking is really well, so I feel like if we really want to replace Fedorowicz or somebody who's like Fedorowicz, we would take Dalton Schultz in the third round with pick 80. JJ hasn't had the healthiest couple years, and we all know that. So if we need somebody to like step up for JJ, because like it's unrealistic for us to just imagine he's going to stay healthy. And when he gets hurt, we just don't really have anybody step up. So I could see us making the move to fix that problem by drafting Chad Thomas, the defensive end from Miami. He's very disruptive, very explosive. He's going to mess up whatever the offense is trying to do, try to get to the quarterback. And I feel like that's something we really need. Our third round pick comes at pick 98. I feel like at pick 98, we're definitely going to be looking for a defensive player. I think that player could be Holton Hill, cornerback from Texas. He's good. Like, I feel like he's not great in the sense of where he gets started right away, but I feel like we can develop him. He could become a nickel corner or something for us, but I don't see him becoming that outside corner for us. But I feel like he can still be a great corner, great depth player, great nickel corner, and we should definitely bring him on and see what we can do. If we don't do that, I can see us taking Duke Ejiofor, the defensive end from Wake Forest. Like I said, JJ hasn't always been the healthiest player, and it would be good to have another good defensive end that we can put if JJ goes down. God forbid JJ goes down. Like, please let JJ play this whole season, Lord. Please. But, like, you know what I'm saying? We got to be prepared for everything. So I have no problem with us drafting Duke Ejiofor. Maybe we could go back to offensive line and grab Wyatt Teller, the guard from Virginia Tech. Good guard. He can hold blocks. He can do everything, kind of. And I just feel like let's let Sulafilo go. And we brought in new guards, but like I said, we let Sulafilo go so we can have Wyatt Teller to be behind those guards that we brought in. And it's not like the guards we brought in are spring chickens and they're super young people. So it's like Wyatt Teller can be there to be ready to move up and start at guard in a couple years if you need to, or if there's any kind of like problem with the guards we did bring in. Or maybe we could get Sky Moore, the linebacker from South Carolina. I feel like this is more in the sense of this will be a different kind of linebacker for us. Most of our linebackers don't really cover. They just go down and hit. But if we needed a linebacker who could cover and get running backs coming out of the backfield or anything, I feel like Sky Moore is that player. He could kind of make throwing towards the middle of the field in his area a problem for teams, allowing for JJ or Jadavion or Bernard to get to the quarterback, because now they got to worry about, I can't just throw to my tight end or anything more, because Sky Moore would be there, and he has really good pass coverage. So I feel like that would be kind of a different move for the Texans, but I feel like it would be a good move. If we wanted to make sure our offensive line is really, really good, we could always take Jared Jones-Smith, offensive tackle from Pittsburgh, holds blocks, he's a good offensive tackle. I feel like he would just kind of be a backup for us. He might be able to work for a starting role, but I just see him as like a backup, a developmental player or whatever. I don't think we're gonna do this, but I put his name down. Deshaun Elliott, the safety from Texas, good safety. Feel like he hits well, he covers well, he kind of does it all. I don't think Deshaun Elliott will be there for us to take, but if he is at pick 98, why not take him? Our next pick isn't until the fourth round, pick 103. This is the safety I really wanted to take. If we're taking a safety in the draft, I want to take Tyron Neal from Jacksonville State. He played safety all of his years except for his last year where he played corner, and I feel like with that being said, he has great move ability. If we need him to be a corner, he can be a corner. If we need him to be a safety, he can be a safety. And I feel like his coverage is great. He plays Tyron Neal is one of my favorite prospects in this whole draft. I'm not going to lie to you. So if we could get him, I would be extremely, extremely, extremely happy. If we don't want to take a safety at this position, I can see he's taking Troy Fumagalli, the tight end for Wisconsin. Good tight end. He's not the best tight end in the draft, but he's not a bad tight end. Like, he can definitely work and do things and definitely be productive for us. If we don't want to go tight end, let's take Brandon Facyson the cornerback from Virginia Tech. Good coverage, a lot of pass breakups. He might not get the interceptions you want all the time, but he will make sure that receiver doesn't catch that ball. And that's really good. And that's really important. That's amazing. If we want to go defensive end, I think we take Breland Speaks to defensive end from Ole Miss here. Disruptive. He's going to get back to the backfield. He's just going to do what he do. And if we don't do that, I can see it taking Quinn Blanding, the safety from Virginia. He's just going to hit you. He's going to know where the ball is. He's just kind of that safety that's going to know what's going on. And then if we don't do that, I could see it taking Chris Herndon, the tight end from Miami. He's kind of like a tight end too. I feel like if we do this, we're definitely saying Steven Anderson step up, and we're just going to let Herndon be like that second tight end that we use, and we're just going to let Steven Anderson kind of take over, you know. And then we don't pick in the 5th round. They'll pick in the 5th round. Our next pick is in the 6th round, pick 177. I feel like with pick 177, definitely take Javon Roland Jones, the defensive end for Arkansas State. The dude is a beast. I feel like if he didn't go to Texas small school, he would go way earlier, but the dude's a beast. He's going to blow up offensive tackle. He's going to blow up everybody. He's just a big dude. He's a strong dude. He's going to get back to that quarterback, and he's going to suck up runs, and he's just a big play swallowing dude. You know what I'm saying, man? And if we don't do that, we could take Cole Madsen, the offensive tackle from Washington State. I would like to note that on NFL.com, Cole Madsen is listed at a guard, so maybe he could be a guard first, like a backup guard, kind of like a, developmental guard, like I said, backup. Since we let Suafilo go, just have him stand back there, because, we did bring more guards in, but like if they don't work out or things don't pan out, he's still there for us. Or we could get Toby Weathersby, the LSU offensive tackle, same thing for him. He's a guard on NFL.com, so if we can get him to play a little bit guard and a little bit of offensive tackle, that's a great player to have at your backup, because he can kind of flip and do whatever he needs. And if somebody goes out for a couple plays, okay, yeah, go play guard, and then when they're okay, bring him back out, and the tackle get hurt, okay, go play tackle real quick. You know what I'm saying? Like, he can do that for us. Or we could take Darius Williams, the cornerback from UAB. Like, if you definitely went to a different school or like a bigger name school, people would know about him and know how good he can cover and stuff. Because I watched his highlights and I was like, wow, this kid can really cover, and he can really do a lot of things. And I was just like, wow, why I know about this. And if we don't do that, I can see it taking Dorian O'Daniel, the outside linebacker from Clemson, because we love people from Clemson. I'm pretty sure we're going to draft somebody from Clemson. It might be Dorian O'Daniel, you know what I'm saying? Get some depth at the linebacker position, because I feel like when people were hurt, you kind of saw last year, we don't have the same depth we used to have, especially at linebacker, so it wouldn't hurt to bring him in as a depth player. Or we could take Natrell Jamerson, a safety from Wisconsin, you know what I'm saying? Let him develop a little bit, see what he can do, have him as a depth safety, maybe see if he can play a little bit of corner or whatever. And last but not least, maybe we can take Logan Woodside, the quarterback from Toledo. I don't think we're drafting a quarterback, because I think what we're doing is just going to let Deshaun be the young gun and let the veteran people behind him build him up. But it's never... it's never too late to add another quarterback and just add a little flavor, add a little fun to the preseason. You know what I'm saying, man? And we pick again in the 6th round at pick 211. I think at 211 we go back to offensive line. We take Brendan Mahone, the guard from Penn State. A good guard. He's not an amazing guard that you look at and you be like, oh my god, this guy is amazing, but like, he's good. He can definitely do what he needs to do, and he can handle himself well. And I feel like if we develop him, he can become really great. If we don't go to him, I think we could take Christian Campbell, a cornerback from Penn State. I think Christian Campbell is a great quarterback. I love the way he covers. Like, watching his highlights, I just kind of really liked the kid. And when I read up about him, I was trying to figure out why he's going so late. So I feel like he's kind of still, because people are sleeping on him. But like, watching his highlights and watching him play, he's like really great. You know what I'm saying? Like, his coverage is good. So I feel like a couple years from now, people can be like, oh, we should take in him. If we don't go that route, we could take James Looney, the defensive end from Cal. He was all in the backfield. When I tell you, I put on this kid tape, I typed in his highlights, and he was all in the backfield, just making plays. And I feel like that's something we can definitely do. I feel like, again, he might be a steal if he's here in the 6th round, and like, people might have overlooked him, but he's good, and then if we don't do that, I see is taking Darius Phillips, the cornerback from Western Michigan. He's a good corner, and he just does a lot of things like punt return, everything. I mean, Will Fuller kind of got it all on lock, but if Will Fuller ever needs some help, we can have Darius Phillips. You know what I'm saying, man? Because he kind of does more than just cover, but his coverage is good. So like, he's just like an all around good athlete, is what I'm trying to say. We pick again at 214 in the 6th round. I think we could take Javon Wim, the wide receiver from Georgia. I don't necessarily think we need another wide receiver, but let's go ahead and get him. He's another kind of like big guy who you can just throw up to and get it to. And I feel like we don't have another person like that. Like, we have DeAndre like that, and then we don't have anyone else like that. So it's like, or we could go ahead and take Michael Joseph, the cornerback from DBQ University. I don't know where that is or what that is, but I know watching his highlight, that's a good corner. And again, I feel like if he goes to a bigger school, he gets more hype. He hits hard, he covers well. He's just a good all around corner. You know what I'm saying, man? Or we could take Taylor Hearn, the guard from Clemson. You know, we left people from Clemson. He isn't the best guard in the world. He did let some things get past him or whatever, but I feel like as a backup and with some time with coaches and stuff, we can develop him into something really great. Or we could take Brett Talk, the offensive tackle from Army. Like I said, not the greatest offensive tackle ever, you know what I'm saying? But he can definitely be improved, and we can definitely work with him and make him a better player. With our last pick 222 in the 7th round, I think we could take Danny Johnson, the cornerback from Southern. He's really great. Like, just reading up on him, he was like the leader for interceptions, and they call him like the interception king or whatever. So I feel like if he goes to a bigger school, it's a completely different story, and he wouldn't be here for us. But I feel like he's a really great corner, and we can develop him, and he can be the next AJ Boyd for us or something. Maybe if we don't go there, we could take on Monty Foreman, the wide receiver from Texas. We gave his brother a chance, and it worked out great. Like, we knew Deontay was going to be good, but when we drafted Deontay, I didn't know Deontay was going to be that good. So give his brother a chance. He's a big supporter of his brother, and I feel like having them on the same team together, they can really work with each other and make each other better. And I also think we might take Chris Worley, the outside linebacker from Ohio State. He's not the greatest linebacker that they have. He's not a good linebacker. He makes plays when he needs to make plays, and he can tackle really well. And so I just feel like he will be a good player for us. And also, I think we take Frank Ginda, Ginda from San Jose State. He's a tackle monster. Like, he's gonna get you tons of tackles and everything. And so, like, I just feel like that's always a good player to have in your depth chart, or just around, just a great tackler, because you never know when you're gonna need a great tackler. And so that's how I feel like we might draft realistically. If I was to give you a mock draft and just use one name, I think what first pick in the 3rd round, we would pick 68, we would take Orlando Brown, and then with pick 80 in the 3rd round, I think we would take Perry Nickerson, and then 3rd round pick 98, I think we would take Duke Ejiofor. 4th round pick 103, I think we take Tyron Neal. 6th round pick 177, I think we take Javon Roland Jones. And then in 6th round pick 211, I think we would take Christian Campbell. And then 6th round pick 214, I think we take Taylor Hearn. And 7th round pick 222, I think we take Danny Johnson. So that's kind of like my quick little, if I was going to give you one player mock draft. But I'm not good at that. I like to give options. And I also have this mad scientist idea that we could pick up Okoronkwo, the outside linebacker from Oklahoma. Because he's really just an edge rusher. We could put him on the other side, Whitney Merciless, and really just stick Jadeveon Clowney on that defensive line. And that's really something you got to worry about if you have somebody else who can really pass rush coming off that side, and you have to David. And it's really something that teams will have to worry about if you have to worry about Jadeveon and another good pass rusher coming off that side, and then on the other side you got JJ Merciless coming. So I feel like that would really be distressful for a team. I don't think we would do that. I don't know if the Texans are thinking like that, but it sounded good to me. But it's not good enough to actually put down. I also think we could do the same thing if we draft Nuwosho, the outside linebacker from USC. So I feel like if we draft any of those two players, we might really be doing something with that pass rush, something even more serious than we are already doing with it. But yeah, man, I know y'all already finna cook me for my draft predictions. Y'all always cook me for my draft predictions. Y'all always cook me for like my Texans video. So go ahead, just jump down in the comment section. Let me know where I messed up at, or let me know what you think, what you feel, and how you feel, who you think we're gonna draft. Are you excited for the draft? I'm excited for the draft. But yeah, man, just be all in the comment section, interacting, be talking that noise, come together, talking that noise with y'all. I'm just really excited for the draft, and yeah, man. So I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Go ahead, like the video, share the video, comment on the video, do all that fun stuff, man. Spoil the channel in the year 2018. So some love the channel 2018. You know what I'm saying, man? Hey, y'all stay icy. God above all that thick series. Out. All right, I'm really be out now.